Hey everyone, and first of all, happy anniversary to Sonic SatAM. The show aired basically 20 years ago around this time frame. It was about 8:51 in the morning, and it aired about an hour and a half ago, about an hour or so ago, 20 years ago today. And like anybody, I might sit back and watch maybe a few episodes of the show to celebrate. The way I look at it, probably sit back on occasions throughout the day, maybe even tonight, because my mom's going to be at Bible study. I might sit back and watch Doomsday Project, of course, and maybe even Blast of the Past 1 and 2, and maybe Secret Scrolls, and maybe Sonic Past Cool, one of those. So, yeah, I'm going to be bringing these out later today and tonight, and probably watching them. Depending on nothing comes up, you know what I mean. And what I mean is if I'm working with my brother-in-law, then tonight's out of the question. But that's, but besides that, besides wishing SatAM a happy anniversary, I also wanted to do something on the 20th anniversary that I haven't really done that much. I mean, I've mentioned them in my videos, but I haven't really plugged them as much as I should, and I should plug them on the 20th anniversary because they are doing their damnedest, if not their utmost best. They are basically giving 150% to this project. And the group I'm talking about is known as and the people I'm talking about are known as the SatAM'S staff. Basically SatAM, which is spelled SEA3SON. And what they're doing, I mentioned this in the other video, in the 4-part reflecting 20th anniversary video. Basically, what they're doing is adapting what they, along with anybody else, has been told would be season 3, along with adding in their own original ideas. They're adding in their own original ideas, as to what season 3 could be like or could have been like. And the way they're doing this, the way they started out doing this, is first they've adapted a few of what they feel, according to what they understand, were the titles for the episodes of season 3 that Ben Hurst wanted to do, as well as, like I said later on, adapt their own kind of idea of what season could have been like. And they're doing this through a web comic series here at this website, which is SatAM'Sonic.com, basically at the Fans United, for FUS, Fans United to SatAM, and it's a web comic. It's split up into chapters. And right now, they're basically in a section of that chapter, of that web comic, they're basically in a section of that web comic to where a chapter in a section of the webcomic to where they're finding out about Sally's mother's origins. And the difference between the season webcomic and what you read in the Archie comic is Sally's mom in the Archie comic is Alicia. But her name's Alicia. But here in the webcomic by Season, the Season webcomic, her name, believe it or not, is Nicole. Yeah, the Season staff, obviously, you can pretty much tell, are kind of basically giving their own origins of how possibly Nicole came about and why she's so influential and everything, why she was so influential and and everything to Sally, and was able to adapt to Sonic as well. And like I said, you're going to have to read the webcomic. Take your time reading it. It's very well done. The comic, the drawings in the comic are so good and everything, that when you look at it, and you look at the webcomic, when you look at the rest of the webcomic, it looks exactly, basically the drawings are very reminiscent of what you have seen in the second season of this, which is season 2. Basically very reminiscent like that. So again, very, very well done. Again, the drawings are just so good that it's hard to believe these guys haven't been offered a chance to draw for the Archie comic or even write for the Archie comic, because the stories are that well. I mean, I've sat down and read several pages of chapter 5, you know, even from the beginning of it till now. And it's like, you know, and when I look at this, I look at it and I'm thinking, wow, this could work. You know, this could work as not just an episode, but this could work as part of a comic. You know, if it was, I mean, basically I look at it and I'm thinking this could work, you know, in animation form as well as an episode, but it could also work as part of the SatAM'S comic. And believe it or not, what's funny about this is there's some fans that are favoring the season webcomic over Archie right now because they don't like what's going on in there. But yeah, that's basically what the season staff is doing. They've been doing this webcomic where they've adapted some of the titles and the ideas that, you know, that Ben Hurst, when he was alive, you know, and God rest his soul, when he was still alive, kind of, I guess, passed around what was going to be. And now they're adapting not just that into webcomic form, but they're also adapting, or also adding in their own personal ideas, if you will, their own unique ideas of how they feel, and what direction they feel season could have gone in, or could go in, or could have gone in if it had continued officially, and could still go in. But besides that, what's even more unique, and they know this, what's even more unique is they're taking this whole webcomics, this whole season 3 webcomic deal to another level. See, recently, over the past year or so, they have come up with the idea, and they have asked people for support. People have given them the support. I've given them support. But basically, they are doing their damnedest. They are putting 150% into this. They are doing whatever it takes to turn this webcomic series of season 3 into full animation. Basically, they want to do a online animated series, online continuation of they want to do an online animated continuation, full-on animated continuation of season 3 of SatAM, basically, with season 3. Now, some of the people involved in this project, like Laura Blue, Laura Olson, if you will, she is involved. She's actually showcased, she's actually on her channel here on YouTube, she's actually giving an example of what the animation would look like, and the animation looks good, looks really good. And she's also providing the voice of Sally. And I'm going to say this right now. If you needed someone to take the place of the talented Cat Sushi, someone like Laura Blue is just the person you need to do it, because she has almost a natural recreation of what that voice was. And I'm not trying to say that because I'm a friend of hers. I'm saying that because it's a fact. And then, of course, you got other people doing voices as well. And they're still looking for voice actors and actresses to be part of this. And I think they're still looking even for animators and stuff as well. But I think they got that portion down pat. They got that portion down pat. And they also, believe it or not, they have somebody, I guess he's sort of a well-known or sort of known indie musician or composer. And they got him to come in and do the musical score, I guess you could say, for this online animation series. Here is continuation of SatAM, and basically online animation adaptation of the season webcomic. So that's really impressive. And apparently the guy that they got to come in is also a fan of the show. So again, really, really impressive. And what's good about this as well for them is they've been going to various Comic-Cons, if you will, or animation or anime conventions or whatever recently over the past year, over this past year. Like most notably, they've gone to San Diego Comic-Con, they went to SuperCon in Florida. I think they may consider going to New York Comic-Con later this year, in the next month or so, we're not sure. But they've been going all over to any convention they can think of, and they've been showing footage, some, I guess, not finalized footage, but some decent animation footage of what season 3 is going to look like with what the webcomic season 3 is going to look like in animated form. They've showcased it to a lot of people over at San Diego, and at the SuperCon. They even showcased it to Ian Flynn, of all people. Yeah, Ian Flynn. They showcased it to him. So, and he obviously liked it as well. So they've been showing it off to a lot of people. Some, well, I guess some known artists and stuff, in comic artists and animation artists and all that. So they've been showing it off, and apparently they've been getting some support. They've been getting very positive feedback. They've been getting very positive feedback and strong support for what they're doing. So I applaud them for that, and I know they're going to keep getting more support and more positive feedback as time goes on. They are planning to, at least down the line, they have not said when yet, but they are planning to show I guess, I'm just assuming, I'm not totally 100% sure, but I think they're planning sometime down the road to show us, the public that's supporting them, the footage that they've been showing at the conventions. So we just have to wait and see what comes from that. Maybe they might show it today on the 20th anniversary, but who knows? But yeah, you don't see. But what's funny about the season staff, about those that are working on this, but Larry White and Laura Blue and Matt and Paul, all these people working on this, is you don't see many people dedicating a portion of their busy schedules to doing this. You don't see many people flying off to New York to meet up with people, composers, musicians at a hotel, and getting their help and getting them to help with the project. You don't see many people flying off to conventions like San Diego, to Florida, and maybe even New York, to get support to get the support they want, they need, and get the positive feedback they want for this project. You don't see that. But this group is doing that. They are doing that. I mean, heck, you have Laura and her friends at times dressing up cosplaying, if you will, or cosplaying as Sonic characters. I mean, you have some. I mean, at the San Diego Comic-Con, you have some of the friends dressed up as Eggman, Wily, Mega Man, because they did the crossover at the time, and Laura herself dressed up as Sally, which was a good attempt at doing it. And I have to say, she definitely, it's not, okay, look, we've seen other people have cosplay as Sally in other conventions. There's one girl that has a full-on, Sally costume from head to toe, that if she was to wear it in a theme park, she could pass as a theme park character. We see Jay Foxfire, who's another average. Jay Foxfire, who's been a supporter of the show for 20 years, is one of the best artists out there. We've seen her recently, she's updated people at times, to where she's creating her own Sally suit. She's even created her own character, where she's done her own character, which is named after her. And she's even, I think, gotten a costume based on her character as well. But point is, Laura's, it may not be on par with those, but it's probably one of the best, I guess you could say, non-expensive, more affordable ways of cosplaying as a character that you can find. And what's even more funny about this too is there's a picture that showed up somewhere. I think someone showed it on. I don't know if it was on DeviantArt. I think it was DeviantArt, and I download. I don't know if it was DeviantArt or one of the other Sonic sites, but someone showcased a group of fans at a convention, dressed up as various Sonic characters from the comics and SatAM. He had people dressed up as Tails, Eggman, Scourge, Sonic himself, Knuckles. And then what was surprising is you had a Sally cosplayer. You had a Sally cosplayer, which was which was similar to Laura's cosplay, but not really. And then you had a Bunny cosplayer. Yeah, you had somebody dressed up as Bunny. I was surprised there. But again, you had that, and again, it just shows you the impact the franchise has had, and most importantly, SatAM has had over the past years. Because when I downloaded this and shared it with some people, there was a lot of fans that came out and say, "I have never seen a Bunny cosplayer before. I've never seen an actual Sally cosplayer that much anymore, or that much." Basically, they say they haven't seen people cosplay as these characters. So that shows you the impact. They're not just a comic that SatAM has had, because now you're suddenly starting to see a lot more cosplayers of the characters. You're starting to see a lot more about them. I'm just taking my time there because I have a 29-minute time limit when it comes to HD. But you're starting to see a lot more cosplayers portraying the characters, which is kind of cool. And again, it shows you the impact of not just a comic, but of course, SatAM has had on the fan base. It's really cool. So yeah, and again, that girl's Sally cosplayer, they're sort of similar, but not the same as Laura's. So I mean, Laura's is, at least Laura, I'm going to give her tons of credit. At least she's trying to kind of be more of like a human version of what Sally would look like, with a more by doing it in a more affordable, more cost-saving way. So I give props to her, and I also give props to those people in that picture. I give props to her and her friends, and then, like I said, to those people in that picture. But it's really unique, and I think even one of the cosplayers, the Bunny cosplayer, did a solo picture as well. So I'll provide links to those in the description box if I can find them. But like I said, it shows you the impact. And again, getting back though to SatAM, that's exactly what these people have been doing. I mean, they've been dressing, that's what they did at San Diego. They dressed up in the best, like I said, best and most affordable, cost-saving cosplaying costumes of the characters of Sally and Eggman and Sonic and stuff. And again, they showcase, and throughout that convention, and like I said, the conventions that I mentioned before, maybe the upcoming New York one, they've been showcasing the footage and getting a lot of positive feedback, and that's what they need to continue to do. That's what they want to continue to get. They want to continue to get that positive feedback. They want to continue to get that support. And it seems that all the comic book artists, animation artists, and all that attend these conventions or have some kind of foot in the animation or comic book door are giving them that positive feedback, or giving them that strong support, which we all should. If we're, as Sonic SatAM fans, we should be giving them that support, because if they're willing to go out of the way and spend hours among hours out of their busy schedule to make the webcomic series, which is a continuation of not just, like I said, some of the ideas that Ben Hurst originally had, but also their own ideas of what Season 3 would have been like. If they're willing to go out of the way to do that, to take it to that next level and put it into animation form, which they have said would be showcased exclusively online, like here on places like YouTube and Blimp and I think Daily Motion or something like that, then we need to give them support. We need to show that support. So, they've even gone on they have a Facebook page, which is Season Animated, which is titled Season Animated, and they have gone out of the way. They have showcased us scenes from the webcomic, and they have asked us, can you imagine this in animation form. And me looking at some of those pages from chapter 5 and previously, I can see a lot of that in animation form. I can. I really could see it in animation form. So, but in closing, again, here on the 20th anniversary, today, September 18th, the 20th anniversary of the show, I'm here to show support and ask you guys for support for the season staff and what they're doing. So again, links will be provided below. Check them out, and I will talk to you all later. God bless, take care, and happy 20th anniversary, Sonic SatAM.